Welcome back to the Webby and O'Neill channel. I think there's a few smiling faces on this Friday morning after that result against Athletic Bilbao. Get involved as usual with your own opinions on today's video, and don't forget to leave a like on the video, as you know it's much appreciated. How are you feeling today?
Absolutely on top of the world. That result yesterday.
Right up there, are you?
Oh, right up there, without a doubt. I'm telling you, I couldn't believe it. And I don't think anyone had United going away to win 3-0 in a hostile ground like that and against a team what doesn't concede. I thought United, first 20 minutes, bit iffy. But let me tell you,
Ruben Amorim, and I did think we actually got that, from certain players. I thought Dorgu played 5 or 10 yards further forward, and I think Agati as well. I expected really, when I seen the lineup, Casemiro and Agati, maybe to sit in that game, but they didn't do that, especially Agati.
No, I looked at the players there. They were further up the field. And then when I looked at what Onana was doing, and I seen Bruno and Casemiro telling the players when Onana's got the ball, go up the field. And that squeezed Bilbao out the game, I thought. I thought they were in the game for 20 minutes. Opportunities there. You expect that. And that was because United was on the front foot and up front. And that is the good thing about United. When you look at this Europa League, they have done excellent in it. Totally different side than what we've seen in the Premier League.
Yeah, I'm looking at the actual tactics formation, to be honest with you, especially over the last couple of games, and it's looking like a 3-1-5-1 with Casemiro just sat in front of that back three, screening it.
Yeah, you can look at the formation. To me, sometimes during the game, I don't know what formation it is, right? But yesterday, the formation stayed solid, and that's what you want. Unfortunately, in the Premier League, you've just seen a bit of chaos. You looked at the formation against Lyon. Listen, they went down to 10 men, and the formation just went to pot. And it was Harry Maguire, Mainu, Bruno, who got us back in the game and won the game for us. But the formation sometimes goes to pot. So Lyon and Bilbao, two completely different games. Very controlled football yesterday, and that's what you want to see.
Yeah, first 20 minutes, like you mentioned last night, we mentioning today, I think certain players were probably nervous. I think, like Agati, you just mentioned, Dorgu as well. I mean, Lindelof, giving the ball away cheaply, maybe nerves were coming into play there. I'm not too sure, but, when we do face them here at Old Trafford, them first 20 minutes, we need to be controlling that ball just to take any sting out of the game.
Yeah, I think the nerves were on show yesterday, without a doubt. But I think the nerves will be calm now. And I think the fans' nerves have got to be calm, not to expect anything, not just from the next game in the Europa League, in the Premier League as well. I think we've just got to stay calm, accept where we are. And the players, I think, will have learned a lot, especially from that first 20 minutes with the nerves. The nerves are calm now, as far as I'm concerned. I'm calm. You stay calm.
Manchester United still unbeaten in Europe. I think we're the only team unbeaten in Europe as well. You've got Maguire doing his Ryan Giggs impersonation. But one player I think deserves some flowers here on this video today. Didn't really touch on him for too long last night, and that was Rasmus Højlund. He took a lot of pelters, a lot of criticism, some of it deservedly, in my opinion. But I think he deserves a bit of praise today.
Yeah, he deserves the praise, and I think it's what he was involved in that team yesterday, playing, running, because the players were up there and they were providing, they were giving opportunities, they were making football the way it should be played. Attack, get down the wings, and give the centre forward some ball, and he got the ball, and he was looked after. There was players helping him out. He wasn't up there on his own. So going forward, that's what you want. Service to Hojlund, let him work and let him have the ball. But he did keep the ball a lot better than I've seen him for a long time.
Yeah, obviously got the penalty as well, and they're sending off, going down to 10 men. Involved, in my opinion, as well, even in the third goal with Bruno, with some of his actual movement, dragging defenders where they don't want to be, causing that confusion. And it was a great flick, I think it was, from Agati to Bruno to finish the way he actually did.
Yeah, listen, I enjoyed the movement. People were talking, it was only against 10 men. Listen, It was only against 10 men after we went 2-0 up. United took it to him and thoroughly deserved the win. And the way they played, I think they shocked Bilbao. And I said, we have to be on the front foot because that will shock. We had to have something different. And Ruben Amorim pulled it out the bag. Really pulled it out the bag, had the confidence in the players to do what they were doing. And once the nerves had settled, we just run riot on him. And then the second half performance was so calm, the way it should be, that the exact way it should be.
Yeah. Totally different to the way it was against Lyon when they went down to 10 men as well, and in a hostile atmosphere. And I think the man management from the manager as well with his substitutions, that also helped. I mean, that needs highlighting for me.
Yeah, well, he brought the subs on because he knew players needed to have a rest and that. And I think that's the way he's going to go in the Premier League. He's got to look at that Premier League now, and he's got to manage these players. That's the priority. Last thing we want is injuries. And I think you'll see a lot of players getting a rest, getting a little bit of game time, 20 minutes, half an hour, but you'll also see some of the young players come in and one or two of the players what we'll be leaving this year. You know, Eriksson will get his game. Amas will get the game. Fredrickson, and there's a few other players. Obi, he'll get game time. So that's the good thing in the Premier League, looking forward to next year. And you have to accept that the Premier League games now are only there as like a tactical change to try and see what he can do with some of the players going into next year. And like you say, he must know, Ruben Amorim must know what he's going to do with these players in the summer, those who are going to leave, and he must know who he's going to bring in. So the Europa League, getting there in the final and winning it, absolute tops the season off. But it does not disappoint from what we've seen in this Premier League.
Yeah, touching on injuries there, I think it's huge that we've got Ahmad back, De Ligt as well, to go back into that back three for these Europa games to replace Lindelof for me. And, you know, on that left-hand side, you talked about Harry Amas, talked about Obe as well. And, you know, I'd like to see them get some game time in the remaining fixtures in the Premier League. But obviously we're on a high. We're positive. Europa League, you've been on a high and positive ever since the start of the season under Erik ten Hag that we will actually get to the final. I mean, there's been only a few of yous out there. Many of yous have doubted him. But I think you deserve your flowers as well right now because, especially after that performance, what we've seen last night. But we get to the final, we go and win it. Does that excuse some of the performances as a team and individuals, what we've seen in the Premier League this season?
No, absolutely not. Does it excuse? No way in this world. The Premier League, I said, it's going to be chaos, carnage and chaos. That's what we got. So I was right on that front. I was right on the Europa League. You know, I'm not bigging myself up. It's just the way this squad was. And you have to remember, and people have completely forgot, this manager was brought in virtually halfway through the season into a squad what was underperforming in the league, didn't know the direction, didn't like the manager Erik ten Hag, especially after the cup final. It was always going to be that way. So we have to stay calm as fans. Winning it will give us a right boost. It will also give an incentive for players to come to United. There should be no real sort of like doubt that players will want to come to Manchester United. But I was absolutely spot on, carnage and chaos, and that's what it was. And players, there's no excuses for these players. They paid a lot of money and they failed to deliver. But Ruben Amorim, he knew what was happening. He's been truthful. He's been direct. He's told us what it is. But lots of fans wouldn't accept with their own eyes what was going on. And what was going on it has been diabolical, and they should not escape criticism. But a lot of them won't be here. We've already got players out there: Anthony, Rashford, Sancho. They're out. They won't be coming back. They'll be got rid of. No two ways about it. And there's other players, but there's players leaving as well. So it's all about Ruben Amorim now getting together after this Europa League final, because we're definitely in it. I don't care what anyone says. And then sort of assessing the team and saying, right, you're out, and then bring in the players what we need. But this is a big, long-term build.
Be an absolute meltdown if we weren't to get to the final and we threw a 3-0 lead away. Yeah, I mean, oh God, I'd be on my knees. I'd be crying. I'm not even going to lie.
If you was a betting man, you have to say Tottenham's there. And what you have to look at is the Premier League games. Tottenham went to Liverpool and dropped 8 players. That was their priority. And they were winning 3-0. Yes, it's 3-1. You don't know how the second leg's going to go. But they prepared in the right way. And Ruben Amorim has to do the same. He has to protect these players now.
Yeah.
We're all in. We're all in on it.
Yeah, 3-0 up, though. How do you go about tactical-wise at home to Old Trafford? Do you play the same way? A couple of different players like Agati, Dargu, who are on the front foot further forward? Or do you sit in, just control that first 20 minutes and try and defend whatever comes your way?
I think what he has to do, he has to look at the people on the bench. He has to have an attacking threat on the bench to come on. And I think what you have to do is start the game out and try and control it and nullify any threat, and that is the midfield. You have to ram that midfield full of players to stop them playing football. It's as simple as that. That might go on till the first half. You have to accept it. Don't be screaming, oh, this is garbage football. Just manage the game. And managing the game is stopping them playing football. That's what you have to do.
For me, Garnacho, over the last 2 games, Bournemouth and Bilbao, he's took an absolute battering.
Yes.
I think over the course of the game time that he's had there, and I'd be looking at him for this game coming against Brentford in the league and maybe resting him, because I think the 2 games in full, it's got to take some toll on you, and I don't want to take any chances with him because he seems like a real threat over the last 2 games.
Yeah, you can see he's got the work rate, he's got the energy, and he's determined. I just look at the Bournemouth game and the Bilbao game, and I think he was poorly let down by the referee. He was hammered against Bilbao, and he took some really tough tackles at Bournemouth. People used to go on, ex-players and pundits and everything else. Talented players need protecting. Well, he needs protecting because he is a threat for Man United, and other teams can see that and they just pounce on him, and he has took a battering. But fair play to the kid, and I did mention it in my aftermatch that he just gets up and gets on with it, and that's what I like about him. But he's determined and he's got on with it, and I like to see it, and he's done it at the right time.
Yeah, he has done it at the right time as well, and let us know what your thoughts and opinions are on the game.
Stay calm.
The return leg again in Old Trafford. Stay calm. Is that the rallying cry?
That's the rallying cry. Stay calm. But what you must do is stay calm when these Premier League games come up. You have to accept, and a lot of people haven't accepted in the comments over the last month when I've said the Premier League's done. I've accepted that Premier League was done a long time ago, and you have to look at the priorities. So accept what's coming. Criticism isn't there. The priority is rest these players, avoid injuries, and Ruben Amorim, just do your job and make sure we get to the final without any hiccups in the second leg and then go and win it. That's our stay calm.
Yeah, get behind the players, get behind the manager, and that full focus is on winning the Europa League. After that, let's sit round the table and discuss how that season's gone. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Get your comments in the comments section. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, and a message to all our members out there. We've actually released on the playlist Series 2, Episode 1, Manchester United versus Chelsea in the Manchester United Fan Culture Series. So go and take a look at that. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments section. And to everyone else out there, it will be released on Monday at 3 p.m. So get that notification on, and we'll see you there.
Thank you.
Enjoy, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Come on, United.